So, hello YouTube, this is Idea Guy, who you don't really see very often because he's very busy and actually has a life. Anyway, we are going to be doing a Gravekeeper's deck profile today, and it's my Gravekeepers, and I like them because they win stuff. So, first things first, 3 Spy. Best card in the deck, easily. Set it, it's got 2,000 defense with Necro Valley up, it's got 2,500. It's got 2,500, pulls another Gravekeeper from the deck, which can be Recruiter, who is amazing, or Descendant. There's a great combo here. You have either a Recruiter or a Descendant in hand. You set a Spy. They attack your Spy, summon the Recruiter or the Descendant. And then on your next turn, you normal summon your Recruiter or your Descendant, pop your Recruiter, get your Search, pop one card they control.
Pop your Spy.
Pop your Spy, pop another card they control. And
Bunkers.
You've just got this 2,000 attack beater. Oh, but what if you don't have Necro Valley up? Well, that's why you're running 3 of these. Commandant, you just pitch them and add a Necro Valley. And if you already have Necro Valley, he's got 1,600 attack. That's 21 under Necro Valley.
Complicated.
It's crazy.
Complicated effect.
It's not complicated at all. One guard, it's just a tech choice. Really helps against heroes and Xyz or Synchro heavy decks because it's just like, oh, by the way, that's getting bounced. One assailant, again, personal choice. It's a really good recovery play. Like when they drop their Shien, attack into your Spy, you special summon Assailant, and then you can punch right over Shien when Necro Valley's up. It's great. 2 Malefic Stardust Dragon, pretty self-explanatory. It's 2,500 attack, protects your field spell. Real nice, especially when you've got a Descendant up and you can just be popping cards and attacking with this. 1 Sangan searches basically anything in here except Commandant and Stardust, but, you know,
It's Sangan. It's Sangan.
I mean, it searches Spy for the Lord's sake. And then, finally, 1 Effect Veiler. Again, tech choice. It's Effect Veiler. They don't expect you to be running it in Gravekeepers, and it really wrecks. It wrecks some first turn plays.
Kind of low on battery.
Well, don't worry. Next, 1 Necro Valley, because, you know, you only need 1. You've got 3 searchers. Shouldn't be a big 2, 3. Who am I kidding? It's freaking amazing. It kills anything that
it's also
uses
upside down.
kills anything that uses the graveyard. Period. Ever. And it just gives all of your monsters plus 500 attack, plus 500 defense. Just freaking awesome. 2 Royal Tribute. I mean, enough said. You first turn, drop a Malefic Stardust, set your Spy, set your traps. Royal Tribute. What are they going to do? They're done.
They're gonna
That's game. They're going to cry. They are going to cry. 2 Gravekeepers, Steel, Stel, whatever. The recovery. It grabs 2 Gravekeepers. I usually use it to grab Spy back, or if I'm facing heroes, they're usually like, oh, Xyz is crazy, so I grab Guard, set it, play some mind games. Great. Dark Hole, because it's Dark Hole. Book of Moon, because I can flip stuff down. I can even flip Spy back down, which is really a techie play and hilarious. 1 Allure, everything in this deck except for Commandant is dark, so that's just obvious. And 2 Pot of Duality, because it's Pot of Duality. Just, yeah. I mean,
so why no 2 Tsukiyomi?
You can only have 1 Tsukiyomi, bro. Why no 1 Tsukiyomi?
Did I say 2?
You said 2.
I said 2 Tsukiyomi.
No.
Is that what its name is?
Tsukiyomi.
Tsukiyomi. Yeah, why
Tsukiyomi.
no Tsukiyomi?
Well, because I found out that even though he looks like a girl, it's a guy, first off, so that's just, And then, second off, it's not worth my normal summon every turn when I can be summoning Descendant or setting another Spy, Recruiter, etc. Yeah.
Would you have Cards if you could?
No, I wouldn't. The deck's fast enough as is. Solid enough.
Fast.
It is a fast deck.
It is a fast deck. Have you ever seen me?
Card does not fit in this
Card
deck.
doesn't fit. I need my summons.
It does, but I mean, like,
the guy that topped
you have to change. Okay, great. Like, you have to change everything completely.
Yeah. All right. Traps. 2 Bottomless Trap Hole.
Just because he tops doesn't mean
because.
It's good though.
Yeah. Bottomless Trap Hole, because if they're dropping something if they're dropping something big enough to get over Spy, I'm probably going to get rid of it. Simple enough. 1 Torrential. I used to run 2. But then I realized that I usually have field advantage 99% of the time, and I don't want to be blowing away all my own monsters. It works nice with Recruiter, which is why I still have 1 in here, but 2 I think was excessive. 2 Compulsory, just because it's compulsory. Works for you, works against them. I mean,
One of the best cards.
What's
in
not
this
to love?
format.
It's techie. 1 Deep Riz, 1 Mirror Force.
1 at 2.
Don't need 2 Mirror Force, or I don't need 2 Battle Traps. I'm either hitting it on the summon or letting it attack so it flips up one of my guys. 1 Solemn Warning. I don't run 2. That's personal choice. I mean, I really don't think 2 is necessary. 1 Starlight Road to keep my frickin' back row from being blown away. 1 Dark Bribe to I usually use it to serve the same function as Starlight Road to protect my spells and traps. I found that it's more useful than running 2 Starlight Road because this can stop spaces and stuff from hitting your Necro Valley when you really need to keep it up. And of course 1 Solemn Judgment. And that is it for the main deck. On to the side.
Cool. And I understand you do well at locals with this deck, right?
I almost always
tops.
I always top.
Holy crap. Dude.
Side deck. This is a work in progress, but basically we got 1 Spell of Pain for those chain burns.
Is a thing.
Chain burn is a thing specifically at our locals. Hate it. So stupid.
All the alternate wins, they always come to our local.
For those of you that don't know what Spell of Pain does, basically when an effect would deal damage to you, it deals damage to your opponent instead. 3 Space Typhoon because for the back row heavy jerks. I don't run Heavy Storm. I'm never going to run Heavy Storm because this deck is so freaking back row heavy. Yeah. For you Dark World players, I got 3 Macro Cosmos and Insectors, but mostly Dark Worlds. The only thing macro effects for me is Recruiter and Commandant, both of which I don't necessarily need to have going the entire time to keep the deck at full strength.
You can play around it.
I can play around it, yeah.
Can.
1 Rainbow Life, for those of you that aren't familiar with this, when an effect would deal damage to you, you heal it instead for the rest of the turn.
Or battle, so
or
if they
battle.
Swarm and they attack with 1 big guy.
Basically, they go off on their, for Chain Burn, which is what I have this in here for, they go off on their chain, they're like, you take 4,000! I'm like, Chain, pitch, I gained 4,000.
They can't.
Thank you.
At that point, if you have 12,000, they cannot beat you.
They can't beat you once you're up to 12,000. It's beautiful. Yeah, love it. 2 Mind Crush for, I don't know why I have 2 Mind Crush. I should probably only have 1.
You should have Deck Devastation.
I should probably have Deck Devastations instead of Mind Crush. I have these Mind Crushes for heroes. Those aren't such a big deal, at least at our locals anymore. Yeah. Trademark 2 Penguin Soldiers, just because.
We are the Penguin
We are the Penguin Soldiers.
The
Penguin Soldier is a freaking amazing thing. I should probably take one of these out and replace it with a guard just because of the synergy with the deck. Bounciness, or recovery with steel, but yeah.
Flip them up,
for
bounce
now,
their monster, and then bounce Spy. Set Spy. Like,
yeah, it's beautiful.
That's kind of funny.
2 Dinosaur, Fossil Dino, Pachycephalo, Pachyderm.
Amazing in this deck.
It's just like, hi, I'm Christia with legs and tiny. And, yeah, I mean, you said it, they're like, oh, I'll attack into their Spy with my Shien.
Logia.
Do you,
or their Logia. Yeah.
Do you side Kaiku?
Nope. Because the last slot in my side deck is Effect Veiler, another one, just in case I'm playing those stupid agents. And
I understand that you could, I mean, in theory, you could side Skill Drains.
I could side Skill Drains, but that just wrecks my deck. Like, worse than it would help against any potential threats. And onto the extra. 1 Utopia, 1 Papal Operative, 1 Pearl, 2 of these guys because they flip my spies back down, 1 Maestroke, 1 Melamelody, 1 Zen Mines, Grenosaurus, Leviathan, Acid Golem, Catastor for a quick synchro with Veiler, 3 Stardust. Let's be honest, the only things I'm using in this extra deck are Stardust. I do not exceed, period. I mean, it's such a waste of my field presence. This Stardust comes out with Starlight Road, and these 2 get banished for Malefic Stardust. And yeah, that's great.
I see a flaw with your deck.
Which is?
When your opponent opens Triple Swap Frog. Okay, thanks.